In this episode of Home Theater Geeks, I answer a question from Michael, who has an LG B7A OLED and wonders about picture-in-picture or side-by-side viewing. I have the answer, so stick around.
Podcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Hey there, Scott Wilkinson here, the Home Theater Geek. In this episode, I answer a question from Michael S., who writes, I have a 2017 LG 65B7A OLED TV, and it seems that with the multi-view setting, that is side-by-side picture, you can only choose between the OTA, over-the-air tuner input, and an HDMI input. The OLED's tuner always has to be one of the inputs. You cannot have two different HDMI inputs displayed at the same time. Why is this? Is this the way on all LG OLEDs, or for that matter on any brand OLED TV? Well, it's a great question. I reached out to my contact at LG, who sent this response. On the LG OLED 65B7, the multi-view only supports one HDMI input plus the built-in tuner. Unfortunately, it does not allow for two HDMI inputs to be displayed side by side. As this is an older TV, there is a hardware limitation. Back when we introduced the OLED B7, most TVs, including most LG OLEDs, were only built with a single HDMI decoder. Major TV brands typically limit multi-view to combinations like HDMI plus OTA tuner, or a streaming app, or screen sharing. He went on to write, we did start offering two HDMI inputs from last year, 2024, but it was only available on TVs with our Alpha 11 processor, which were the top line models. If your listener wants to display two HDMI inputs, they would need to purchase our OLED G4 from 2024 or OLED G5 or M5 from 2025. Other manufacturers may have done the same with their newer models as well. So, my contact confirms that what you are experiencing with your B7 is indeed how it is. It's a hardware limitation. There's only one HDMI decoder in the TV, and that applies to whichever HDMI input you select. So that allows only one HDMI input to be displayed side by side in multi-view.
Hi, I'm Leo Laporte, host of This Week in Tech and many other shows on the TWiT podcast network. Can you believe it? 2026 is around the corner. So this, my friends, is the best time to grow your brand with TWiT. Nobody understands the tech audience better than we do. We love our audience, and we know how to effectively message to them. We develop genuine relationships with brands, creating authentic promotions that resonate with our highly engaged community of tech enthusiasts. You know, over 90% of TWiT's audience is involved in their company's tech and IT decision-making. Can you believe that? 90%, 88% have actually made a purchase based on a TWiT post-read ad. No one comes close. We're the best at this. As one TWiT fan said, I've bought from TWiT TV sponsors because I trust Leo and his team's knowledge of the latest in tech. If TWiT supports it, I know I can trust it. You cannot buy trust like that. Well, actually, you can. You can buy an ad on TWiT. All our ads are unique. They're read live by our expert hosts, Micah Sargent, me. We simulcast all during the shows on our social platforms, so everybody can be watching live. You know, one of our customers, Haroon Mir, the founder of Thinks Canary, he's been with us since 2016. Since 2016, He said, we expected TWiT to work well for us because we were longtime listeners who, over the years, bought many of the products and services we learned about on various TWiT shows, and we were not disappointed. The combination of the very personal ad reads and the careful selection of products that TWiT largely believes in gives the ads an authentic, trusted voice that works really well for our products. 10 out of 10 we'll use again. Thank you, Haroon. We love you, and it's been 9 years. That's the proof, right? Partnerships with TWiT offer valuable benefits, including over-delivery of impressions. You get presence on show episode pages, so there's a link right there that our audience can click on. We're in the RSS feed descriptions, a link there too, and social media promotion. Our full-service team will craft compelling creative to elevate your brand and support you throughout your entire campaign. I work on the copy myself to make it authentic, to make it real. If you want to reach a passionate tech audience through a network that consistently over-delivers, please contact us directly. partner@twit.tv. That's the email address, partner@twit.tv. Let's talk about how we can help grow your brand, or just go to twit.tv/advertise for more information. I look forward to working with you. Thanks for listening.
Now, as I was researching this question, I found a B7A online user guide, which seems to indicate that you can view two HDMI inputs side by side, contradicting what my contact said. Now, my contact works at LG and knows his stuff, so I'm not quite sure what to make of this, but I thought I'd show it to you anyway. We'll put a link in the show notes for this online guide. Now, I've repeatedly reached out to my friend at LG to ask him about this discrepancy. I haven't heard back, so I am going to show it to you anyway. So you go to this online guide, you click on Enjoy Live TV. Then you click on Viewing two programs or external inputs simultaneously. According to the manual, you press the home button on the remote control and run the Multiview app. You should see two images. You select either one and the audio for that image is played. In the online manual, you scroll down to Selecting Input. Click on the down arrow at the top of the screen. That's how you do it. Under each image, there is a list of sources, including Live TV, the internal OTA tuner, and the TV's HDMI inputs. This should let you select two different HDMI inputs. I'm surprised it says you can select the tuner for both images and display different channels. That's pretty surprising. That would mean there'd need to be two tuners in the TV. Now, the manual does have some caveats. It says Multiview may not be available for Ultra HD channels. The Multiview and the recording feature, which is only available in certain countries, cannot be used at the same time. That may not apply here. Multiview may be limited depending on the device connected or the strength of the broadcast signal. Okay, those are some of the caveats that they mention. Now, interestingly, I also found a Reddit thread about this very question. It concerns the LG C2 OLED, which is from 2022. And we'll put the link into the show notes for that as well. And they're talking about the same problem. So there seems to be some confusion, which I have not yet gotten to the bottom of, except to say, and I believe this to be true, according to my contact, there's only one HDMI decoder in the B7. And most TVs, including those from LG and other manufacturers. And as a result, you can't show two HDMI inputs side by side in Multiview or picture-in-picture or whatever the TV is, whatever the manufacturer calls it in their TV. You can do it in late model LGs, including the G4 from last year, 2024, or the G5 or M5 this year, 2025, because they have two HDMI decoders built in, because they have a more powerful processor, the Alpha 11. So I suspect, I'm pretty sure, in fact, that what you're experiencing is just the way it is, and there's nothing you can do about it except buy a new TV and an expensive one at that, a high-end one of their top-of-the-line ones to do that. And it's probably true of most other TVs, certainly the lower-end models. Maybe more recently, the other manufacturers' high-end models have 2 HDMI decoders as well, but it is what it is, and I'm afraid that's all there is. But thanks for the question. Now, in some episodes of Home Theater Geeks, I answer listener questions just like yours. So send them along to htg@twit.tv, and I'll answer as many as I can right here on the show. Also, if you have a home theater, I invite you to send me photos of your room from different angles, and maybe a sentence or two describing the room and what makes it special to you. I'd like to feature some of your rooms, some of your home theaters, in my Home Theater of the Month episodes, which I do here on the show. And maybe even have you on the show in real time to show us around your theater with your phone via Zoom. Wouldn't that be cool? Could be a lot of fun. If you're interested, send me an email to htg@twit.tv, and I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, geek out.